My name's Johnny. I make music under the name of Tetra. This is a tutorial using Massive on how to make atmosphere and soundscapes. Okay, you're going to begin by opening Massive and starting a new patch. I'm going to turn the master volume way down simply because quite a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be a din. It's only when we start filtering the sounds down that we are going to get anything even slightly usable. So first things first, I'm going to input some MIDI. I'll make a 4-bar clip. I'm just going to key in all the notes in the scale that I'm using. Just for ease, it's going to be C minor. Okay, like I said, that's not going to sound great. At the minute, all that's doing is putting all those notes through this one oscillator here, which is a saw wave, and it doesn't sound great at all. Okay, so the first thing to do is disable the oscillator, because I don't want any of those notes coming through just yet until we have something a bit more workable. The next thing I want to do is add in some noise, actually put some atmosphere in there. So I'm going to use the noise generator down here. Just going to turn the amplitude up and the colour down. And I'm going to select some metallic noise because I think it sounds pretty good. And that gives us some low level noise. The next thing is to add some feedback, but first I just want to change where it is in the routing. I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to bring that in slowly. There's too much. I'm just going to back it off a little bit. Next I want to make it behave a bit more like a pad using the envelopes. Now usually envelope 4 is the master amplitude, and at the minute that's quite severe, so I'm just going to back that off to something more like a pad. Increase the attack to make the note longer and smoother, and bring the level down to match that, maybe a bit higher than that, and increase the release time so that's more of a pad like envelope just there. So let's try that. Okay, so now I need to start inserting the effects that are going to start making it sound big and ambience. At the minute, all the ambience is coming from a guy doing laps of my estate on a really noisy motorbike, so I apologise for that. I'll deal with him later, but for now I just have to add some reverb. I'm just going to dial this in while the sound's playing. Okay, next I'll put in a dimension expander. The one in Massive's really good. It's a kind of stereo expander, but you don't need to use a lot of it to get quite a big effect out of it. Okay, now I need to start filtering the sounds out. I'm going to look at a comb filter. This one's really good for this kind of thing because it has this pitch control here, which you can get quite a variety of sounds out of. Now we'll add in maybe a screen filter on the bottom. Now we've got a decent background ambient noise. We need to start introducing the oscillators to see if they can affect the sound in a way that we like. Massive is a wavetable synthesizer, which means that it has lots of wavetables for you to choose from. A wavetable is sort of like two different waves and a blend control between the two. So this one is the most simple. It's a saw on this end and a square on this end, and about there is about 50-50 of both. So let's bring an oscillator in and see how that sounds. Let's try an octave down. I'll try and find another one I like the sound of. Try one of the groans maybe. Again, let's see how it sounds an octave down. Okay. Let's try them both together. Yeah, that's okay. So I kind of want to add in some movement, and you can do that with either a low frequency oscillator or a performer. The performer can give you more sort of variance, so if you're doing like a long ambient section, that's probably the better option, but just something like a short intro or an interlude, an LFO will get the job done. So again, you have different shapes for this. So I'm going to use this sine, and I put the crossfade to the top so it's only using this one. The next thing I'm going to do is sync the rate. I'm going to do a very slow sync, so I'm going to bring that down to 1 and drag that up to, say, 9. And I'm going to bring the amplitude down because I don't want it to be that severe. And this works on a lot of different synths, but especially on Massive, the way this works is just to drag this to what you want it to affect, and then you drag up or down to show how much you want it to affect. So we'll try this and see if we can get anything interesting sounds out of it. And this is just experimentation to see what works. At this stage I feel like it just needs maybe one more element, so I'm going to try a third oscillator. So something very simple, like a sine. I'm going to try an octave up. Now I'm going to change the way that that comes in, bring the amplitude right down and create a new envelope with a really long attack time, a really long decay. So this is going to increase over time, hopefully completely out of time with everything else, so it's a bit more gradual. So let's see how that sounds. Okay, so I've lost the wall with the buffer size. I'm going to just skip ahead slightly and show the sound. What I've done here is just bounce it down to audio and made a duplicate which is currently muted, and a lower octave version which I've automated with some simple volume spikes and dips just to give some more variance to the sound. So we'll hear that now. Okay, I'll do one further thing just to add a bit more variance in, and that's to take this clip and reverse it. I'm going to unmute that, and again put a little bit of automation in to make it come in and out. No real art to this, just mess about with it and see how it sounds. What would you use these for? Intros to songs, if you've got a song that just starts a bit too suddenly. Interludes between songs, if you want to sort of tie them together a bit more on EPs and records and that kind of thing. Or as even breaks in the middle of songs where there's just too much going on, you just need to bring it down a little bit. Here's an example where all I've done is program some glitch drums. I'm going to bounce them down to audio just so I don't get any pops and clicks. I just added a bit of reverb to everything, and this might work as a bridge between two songs, or maybe if I had some guitars on top it might work in the middle of a song. So here it is. So that's it. If it was helpful or useful, please let me know. If you know anything that would help me improve, let me know that as well. Thanks for taking the time to watch.